And Bruiser Flint called me the other day and just said, this kid does what Marcus Camby did for us. He clears up all your errors.
Thank you, Coach. This is what I do. I clear up all the errors.
Yeah.
These two guys. Yeah, right. That wasn't what Bruce was talking about?
No. That's our role.
Okay. These guys clean up my messes. Welcome to the Red and Blue Review. And talking about making messes, we'll get to Louisville basketball in just a bit. We're not paying Daryl to do the show this week because it's getting way too easy to mock Louisville.
It is. And we've discovered so far this week they can't play basketball, but they're really good at limbo. Have you seen how far they've lowered the bar over there? Let's just win. We're good. We just need to win 2 more road games. We can lose the rest of them. Let's just get in it. Wow.
It's like being on a cruise.
I just can't imagine UK's coming out and Calipari said, yeah, we only need to win 3 or 4 more road games. We're good.
Wow. You will actually hear that from Rick Pitino coming up in just a bit. But here to defend himself and take a swipe at Planet Blue is Howie Lindsay of the Louisville Sports Report.
My trouble here, guys, is what do you swipe at for Blue? I mean, really, they're continuing to win. They're going to win the rest of this easy league that they're in. And, you know, what do I make fun of until the NCAA tournament when they start playing real teams again?
We'll see as we jump into all the things we're going to discuss on Planet Red, Planet Blue in the lightning round. Our lightning round brought to you by Kentucky Corner. 2 locations there in Lexington and 1 on your corner. Just go online, KentuckyCornerOnline.com. Well, who's hot at the University of Kentucky? This was an easy one. Anthony Davis, a monster game against Arkansas, 27 points, 14 rebounds, and broke the school's season-long shot record.
I just remember when guys used to block my shot, you know, that kind of made me mad, you know, can't shoot over bigger guys. So it just became a habit, you know, nothing special about it. It just became a habit, and I just learned how to do it.
It's going to be a high record once the season's over, so he's long, and he's a special player just because how quick he gets up and how he reads shots and gets a hand on them. And, I mean, it's hard to score on a guy like that.
You know, he does what he does every game. That's who he is. I mean, he's getting points without, like, being a pig. He doesn't ever get the ball.
It's still so amusing to watch teams come in that haven't played against him and to watch their reactions. Like, are you kidding me? I'm getting my 3-pointers blocked, but yeah, you're right. He only needed 18 games to set the season record for blocked shots, and he's ahead of.
Look at that! The guy shot a 3-pointer and blocked it.
We were doing the math. There are almost nearly 300 teams that are behind him in blocked shots for the season. Wow. He's such a freak.
What's this one?
Yeah, the one he put into the stands. Yeah, it was pretty funny. He put one over, and it made the guy's day sitting on the front row. He got to catch one of Anthony Davis's rejections, and he's talked about. He's even gone so far as to tell his players, if you're getting beat, don't foul. Let him come.
Yeah. The only guy in basketball with tape measure shot blocks. Yeah. How many rows up is it going to go? Hey, what is finally hot for the University of Louisville is Chris Smith. You know, he was a very dependable scorer, and now he's starting to get his groove back by going back to the basics.
He's used to doing what Kyle does, is moving to open areas, getting the shot, going back door. He's a good jumper. Where before he was trying to do things off the bounce that's not his thing. Yeah, it's more Russ, it's more Peyton, more Kevin Ware a little bit.
It comes back to that song, anything you can do, I can do better. He saw what Russ Smith was doing, and he thought, I can do that too. Yeah. That's not your game. That's not what you do. You are a spot-up shooter. You come off screens. You do that extremely well. Russ Smith is the driver. You know, and I think they've figured out those roles a little better now. You saw it at the beginning of the Marquette game, actually the whole Marquette game. Yeah. They went for, 25 and 22, or 20 and that kind of thing. Yeah. If those two can be consistent threats, you add back in Keurig, then you've got the scoring that you need. Louisville's desperate for scoring right now.
Who's not hot is the rest of the SEC. If Kentucky keeps playing as they are, it really looks as though they're rounding into form. And if that's the case, they will be impossible to beat at home and nearly invincible on the road.
We out-rebounded a team that's really scrappy, and we didn't shoot a whole lot of threes to do it. Now, they went to the zone. I thought we were good versus zone. I thought we looked good. You know, got the ball, moved the ball. The first time they went zone, Deron nails the 3. And then from there, we went inside out. I mean, we got the ball in the middle. We got the ball in the baseline. So we made strides. We got better today. This is much better. And let me say this. They weren't like a huge team, but they're just as physical, and they play a style that they go after the ball on every play. And we ended up with 12 turnovers, which is pretty good.
Cal's complimenting your team. They must have been playing really well, because I thought sure he would come out and poo-poo most of what they've done. But you're right, a lot of people are really looking forward to Saturday's game with Alabama to see. All right, let's see if they're improving as much as we think they are, because Arkansas is middle of the road, and Tennessee is going to be a lot better than people think. And you've got Auburn and guys like that. Let's see how they do with Alabama. Let's see how they do when they go on the road to somebody really good later on. But yeah, based on what we saw against Arkansas, it was like, wow, this team got it together really quickly. The way Miller played, the way Jones played, the way Lamb played. You add that to the freshmen who strengthens it for the consistent guys, and then look out.
Who's not hot for the University of Louisville? The injury bug bites him again big. Rakeem Buckles going down again. Rick was talking after the Paul game about Buckles coming back from one knee injury. He gets about a minute's worth of clock against Marquette and injures himself again.
But 15, 20 years ago, an ACL ended your career. Remember, it ended Bernard King. He's never been the same. Today, you can come back, but it takes a good year and a half. Even though they come back from an injury, they don't come back 100%.
And that's really the concern with Rakeem Buckles at this point. It's now his other knee, and he's got a year and a half rehab ahead of him. He's already a junior. I don't know what you do. I mean, are we ever going to see Rakeem Buckles? And you know, I think back to his freshman year, right at the end of the year, when he started coming on. He had a really good NCAA tournament game. He had, you know, was getting close to double-doubles early on, and everybody thought, wow, this kid's going to be really, really good. We may never see that, and that's such a shame.
I tell you, if I'm Rakeem Buckles and I do come back to playing basketball, I just go see if I can cash some checks overseas. I mean, nothing against playing at Louisville, but if you're going to get hurt, you might as well go grab a check while you can.
Well, if you've got two bad knees, you've really got, what, 2 years left?
Yep.
Go get some money. And you know, that's probably what will end up happening.
The buzz at the University of Kentucky is how well the men and the women's basketball team are doing, both ranked in the top 6 among all the teams in the nation. And as you look at what Kentucky's doing here, you see the Cats #2 in men's basketball, they're #6 in women's basketball, and the playing style of both teams are fairly similar.
If you want to play fast, we'll play fast. If you make us play slow, we'll play slower. You know, we get breakouts, we're taking them. If you're back there, we'll do it. If you slow the game down versus zone, our zone offense is quicker than the normal zone offense, so we can score on 3 or 4 passes. But, you know, teams are going to play all kind of ways. You know, but when you have 7 guys that are all skilled with that basketball and can make plays, it's hard. You know, it's hard.
My advice to Cat fans would be enjoy this ride. You don't want to gloat about it because it's very fleeting if you're not careful. It was just a couple of years ago the basketball team was in the dumps and the women's program was struggling, and now look what you're staring at, both teams excelling, and it's pretty exciting. A lot of fun debates starting to come up. Who has the better shot of getting to the Final Four, men or women?
Well, it's very cool to see at Kentucky, and I've seen it at Louisville when both teams are in the top 5, top 10 or so, they start feeding on each other, and the attendance just blossoms for women's basketball because people get excited about basketball, and it carries over. You know, Kentucky and Louisville should both be good at both basketballs all the time.
Yeah, and I think this the Kentucky basketball women's team, they've got the opportunity this year to win an SEC championship and make it to the Final Four. They are that good. Well, the buzz at Louisville is Rick, through all these troubles, is now trying to turn on the juices and the power of positive thinking.
You know, it's what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong. Well, you can go 100 different reasons what's wrong, but you got to figure out what's right for the next game. Or if you keep dwelling on what's wrong, then everybody's going to be a defeatist, and then they're going to think they can't win anymore.
If you've got a team that's extremely talented that just isn't working hard, you crank down the positivity and you just go after it, right? I mean, you're just all negative, all negative. But if you've got a team like this that is working as hard as they possibly can, they're losing guys left and right, they're so frustrated that they're 2-4 in the league, however much, and you have to turn on positivity. Because at this point, what do you yell at the 3 remaining guys about? You know, you guys aren't passing to each other. I mean, he's got to turn on positivity because what's left? I mean, they've got to come together as a team, and I think they're doing that. The question is, can they come together fast enough?
Howard, let me get your take on our Red and Blue Crew Facebook poll posting from Jeff Carter of Crestwood, Kentucky. Here's what he says. I am a longtime Pitino fan, but his lack of intensity from the bench really seems to be bringing much more merit to these past hints he's had of retirement. I think it's fair to say the fans aren't seeing the same Pitino we've been accustomed to.
I've got to laugh at this, Jeff. I'm sorry. We are right there next to the sideline. You know, any photographer will tell you, That's just absolutely not true. It's completely not true. We've got some footage of just some of the many faces of Rick Pitino as he's coaching this year's team. He just contorts himself into these twists and turns, and his eyes are bugging out, and he's screaming at the referees, and he gets so wrapped up in the game. It's funny because for every one email like this, like Rick doesn't have intensity, I'll get 10 people saying Rick is too crazy on the sidelines. The players, look at this face. I mean, my goodness.
And this is just the introductions. They're just doing the warm-ups.
Right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Pitino. But I get 10 emails from people saying that he's too demonstrative, that players feel like they've got too fast of a hook, that they feel, So,
but I do think he looked passive in the Providence game. He looked like a guy that just wandered in, paid $5, and was sitting there watching him play.
That was when a system is overloaded and it just shuts down.
Yeah.
His PO'd meter had pegged all the way to the end. It pegged as far as it'll go, and his system just shut down. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, we got some fun that we're going to be doing the entire month of February. We're going to be doing polar plunges for Special Olympics Kentucky all across the state. These two guys are doing a battle against each other to see who can encourage you to raise more funds for Special Olympics Kentucky. Daryl, give me your best shot.
How can you pass up the opportunity? We get to drag Howie Lindsay to Lexington. We're getting him off home turf, drag him to Lexington with the opportunity of dunking him and freezing him to death. It's going to be so warm in February. You just know it's going to be. And then you finish that up and you can go watch UK beat Ole Miss later in the day.
We've always known that Daryl Bird was blue to the core. Once he dunks himself into that water, you're going to be blue to the core. Louisville fans, help me out. It's real easy to donate. Click on that logo right there.
Go to SOKY.org, click on that red and blue plunge challenge you find on that homepage, and make your donation to Special Olympics Kentucky. When we come back, the Cards are reassessing their goals. You will not believe what you're about to hear from Rick Pitino, but you can believe everything you read in the Cats' paws.
Appreciate it, sir. Yeah. Cats sweep the orange. It's been that kind of a year for the basketball programs we talked about earlier, men and women. Both men and women took out Tennessee recently, and that's the cover for this week's Cats Sweep Orange. Coming up next week, preview of Alabama, and moving on through the SEC schedule. 35 issues per year delivered to your doorstep. Just give us a call at 800-641-3302.
Have you driven a Ford lately? Well, check out Allstate Ford's pre-owned inventory at allstatetrucks.com. Large selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Also, a nice selection of Ford-certified pre-owned vehicles. Allstate Ford on the Watterson at Poplar Level Road.
I am not going in there. I'm not going in there either, and you can't make me. You can't make me.
Daryl can't make Howie take the polar plunge, but you can. Hi, I'm Gary Guffin, the president of Special Olympics Kentucky. UK fans, wouldn't you love to see Howie in his cardinal red colors bobbing up and down in this freezing cold water? Then go to SOKY.org, click the red and blue plunge button, make a tax-deductible gift to Special Olympics Kentucky, and enjoy watching Howie getting his at the polar plunge.
When you need a truck, Bachman Chevrolet is your truck headquarters. I'm Teresa Bachman. Even during our construction, we have more trucks than any other dealer. Silverado, Colorado, Tahoe, or Suburban, Bachman is your #1 Chevrolet truck dealer. Nobody beats Bachman's price or selection on any Chevrolet, including Traverse and Equinox. Chevrolet has what you need, and Bachman Chevrolet has what you want. Bachman makes the difference.
Kentucky Corner is giving UK fans a new cheer this season.
Pink!
Think Power Pink when you dress Big Blue this season. Kentucky Corner is the only place to find hot new colors and styles the Big Blue Nation craves.
Polka dot!
Kentucky Corner is in Louisville, Lexington, Ashland, Florence, E-Town, Clarksville, Paducah, and with Kentucky Corner online, there's a Kentucky Corner on your corner.
Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
The 2012 Bluegrass Golf Tour Card is available now. Play 8 great courses for one amazing price. Call 502-964-2121 or go to shop21live.com to get yours now. Hurry, they won't last long.
Happy 70th birthday to Muhammad Ali from the Red and Blue Review. The What Makes a Champion segment brought to you by the Ali Center. And today, Jeannie Conkey says one of the champ's core values is his spirituality.
Muhammad Ali has said that it's lack of faith that makes people afraid of meeting challenges. Spirituality can be a powerful catalyst in enabling personal growth and achievement. What makes a champion? Spirituality.
Now let's coach two of the best shot blockers in college basketball history, Marcus Camby at UMass and, of course, Anthony Davis at Kentucky. And Cal says the thing that makes those two guys champions is they had the right attitudes.
You know, I've just been blessed that I've coached two of the great shot blockers who are unbelievably nice people who defer to their teammates, are not selfish, don't have a selfish bone in their body, neither guy. And I was fortunate enough to coach both of them.
Cal, what was the difference in...
Now, maybe I can coach Anthony 3 years like I did Marcus. That would be a lot of fun, too. I'm going to try to influence him that way.
Yeah, good luck with that, Coach. He's absolutely right. I wonder part of Anthony Davis' humility is because of the fact he was a guard for so long, and he had that tremendous growth spurt during high school, and that he's just learned that, you know, he was used to dishing the ball and making teammates better. Maybe some of that comes over now. But you never once see him complain about, I didn't get enough shots today, or I'm calling for the ball. You never see it. His basic is, you know, if you're down there and you're in trouble, throw it to the rim and I'll go dunk it, which he does many, many times, and people enjoy it. They don't realize that's actually part of the offense. And it's part of, they drew it up. If you're in trouble, you throw it up there and let Anthony go take care of it.
And you know, he's been remarkably mature in the way he's handled the media. I mean, after he breaks the record, I mean, he's got literally dozens of media guys, and he just patiently answers every question. The kid is a future pro.
The kid is a future pro, and not only that, the Washington Wizards have the potential to be the next big UK fan base NBA team. If they keep getting, if they finish and they get that peel and they get Davis and Wall together, they're going to have a tremendous Kentucky following.
Well, you know, you've always heard it said there are no stupid questions. Well, there are, and you'll start hearing them here as we jump into our Game Time storylines.
John, it's kind of a silly question, but...
You would ask me a silly question?
One more.
Go ahead.
He wasn't talking about us in that particular instance, but we did have a few questions for the Cats after they knocked off Arkansas, and Terrence Jones finally answered the questions he's had. As it appears now, Terrence is finally back.
I walked in and said, Terrence Jones, now you're getting closer. You had 2 or 3 other balls you could have dunked. You tried to lay it, it got blocked, but you're closer. You're being more aggressive. You're talking more.
I was playing like I usually play, and it was just fun doing it together with the team and everybody just playing with high energy. With it being such a fast-paced game, not being tired, and if they were tired, coming out, and the guys off the bench just coming in and bringing in the same effort.
One of the things to do with Terrence, he played so well tonight. What are you seeing different about him?
He's just, attacking the boards. He's getting every rebound. He's trying to go to the rim and dunk. He's just playing a lot tougher.
Yeah, I had the Terrence Jones story angle after the game, and basically, he said early on, I stopped thinking so much. I was thinking way too much about how I played at Indiana, how I haven't been playing as well since that game, about every little play, making sure I do it perfect and being aggravated if it didn't go the way I wanted. I finally just started to stop, go play and just have fun. And asked him about the fingers at 100%. He said, no, it's not 100%, but you just have to say, too bad, and get on with it and go play.
I thought he played much more aggressively against Arkansas. He went at, he attacked the basket for the first time in a few weeks, I thought.
Had it not been for Anthony Davis, the whole story that night would have been Terrence Jones, because he had 6 block shots himself and a lot of rebounds. He was really going to war on the boards, which is what he has to do. You look, if he keeps playing that way, look at the front line of Jones, Davis, and Gilchrist.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. New goals for the Patinos. After losing games to Notre Dame and Providence, Rick Pitino is reassessing what he thinks this team can accomplish.
Our goal is to win every home game and get 2 road games. That's our goal. Win every home game, get 2. And it's not going to be easy.
That, win every home game and get 2 on the road would give you, I think, 3 top 25 wins. So that is going to be really tough to do. I think what they'll probably do is win all but maybe 1 home game, all but maybe 2 home games, and then maybe 2 or 3 on the road. But essentially what he's setting is the course for being about a 6 or 7 seed. That's essentially what that would be. If Louisville can get 11 wins in the Big East, they'd be about a 5, 6, or 7 seed, something like that. And if you fall just a little short from that, you're still in the NCAA tournament. This is kind of what you've got to do at this point because you're 2-4. You've got to set realistic and attainable goals for this team to even pay attention.
One of the game time storylines for the Kentucky Wildcats is the improvement of Marcus Teague, and he told us after the Arkansas game that the faster the game goes, the slower it seems to be going for him.
I just slowed down a lot more today than I have, and I just found people earlier, didn't take extra dribbles, found them when they were open.
I said, Marcus Teague, unbelievable floor game. The best you played this year. Unbelievable floor game. Nothing was forced. He didn't make any crazy plays. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, we're trying to determine if he has actually punched through the curtain for good because he played really well at Tennessee, really well against Arkansas. Let's see how he does against Alabama this weekend. And maybe it always takes with Cal's point guards, there's a point in the season where the light comes on, they get, okay, this is what you mean that I'm supposed to be doing. He had 9 assists in that game, made everybody look better, and even drove through a couple times and scored on his own. So he may be finally getting there. We'll see.
It has been a fairly ugly January for the Cardinals. They're going to need a fantastic February to get some dancing done in March.
But we've answered the bell every season. I remember one February we had to win 7 out of 8, 6 out of 8, something like that, and we did it. So we feel we're going to answer the bell because we think we will get able to practice and get help.
They're going to have to answer the bell. I mean, at this point, they're behind the 8 ball in the Big East. They've got to get rolling. They've got to get some wins, back-to-back-to-back wins kind of thing. It should start this weekend against Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh is not a good team right now. They're in complete disarray. I mean, you think Louisville's got some chemistry issues. Wow, look at Pittsburgh. So get that win this weekend, start a roll.
Kentucky played Arkansas and experienced 40 minutes of yell, and it was coming from the Kentucky bench. We'll talk about that after Howie tells us about CardinalSports.com.
You got it. If there's ever a pill that you could take to get over this basketball season right now, it's football recruiting, and we cover it all right there at CardinalSports.com.
Wow.
Absolutely. We're going to be covering football recruiting extremely hard over the next 3 weeks leading up to signing day. Charlie Strong is putting together a remarkable class, and you've got a 7-day free trial right there at CardinalSports.com. Football school. You got it.
Have you driven a Ford lately? Well, check out Allstate Ford's pre-owned inventory at allstatetrucks.com. Large selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Also, a nice selection of Ford-certified pre-owned vehicles. Allstate Ford on the Watterson at Poplar Level Road.
I am not going in there. I'm not going in there either, and you can't make me. You can't make me.
Daryl can't make Howie take the polar plunge, but you can. Hi, I'm Gary Gupton, the president of Special Olympics Kentucky. UK fans, wouldn't you love to see Howie in his cardinal red colors bobbing up and down in this freezing cold water? Then go to SOKY.org, click the red and blue plunge button, make a tax-deductible gift to Special Olympics Kentucky, and enjoy watching Howie getting his at the polar plunge.
When you need a truck, Bachman Chevrolet is your truck headquarters. I'm Teresa Bachman. Even during our construction, we have more trucks than any other dealer. Silverado, Colorado, Tahoe, or Suburban, Bachman is your #1 Chevrolet truck dealer. Nobody beats Bachman's price or selection on any Chevrolet, including Traverse and Equinox. Chevrolet has what you need, and Bachman Chevrolet has what you want. Bachman makes the difference.
Kentucky Corner is giving UK fans a new cheer this season.
Pink!
Think Power Pink when you dress Big Blue this season. Kentucky Corner is the only place to find hot new colors and styles the Big Blue Nation craves.
Polka dot!
Kentucky Corner is in Louisville, Lexington, Ashland, Florence, E-Town, Clarksville, Paducah, and with Kentucky Corner online, there's a Kentucky Corner on your corner.
Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
The 2012 Bluegrass Golf Tour Card is available now. Play 8 great courses for one amazing price. Call 502-964-2121 or go to shop21live.com to get yours now. Hurry, they won't last long.
What needs fixing on the Red and Blue Review? Brought to you by Doug Jones Home Improvement.
What needs fixing for Kentucky is the Cats have to play all 40 minutes. Cal actually fussed Ellen, yelled at, if you will, his backups because they allowed Arkansas to make its last 4 field goals. The game was already decided, so why the big fuss, Cal?
I mean, if we have a chance to lead the nation in field goal percentage defense, why wouldn't we? Well, don't worry about it. We'll finish 7th. Well, that's an honor. That's a badge of honor. I mean, to be that good. But what happens is the last 2-3 minutes of the game, those guys got to guard too. Or they're going to end up playing 30 seconds instead of 2 minutes. So it is important that way. Plus, I want to see Kyle get better. I want to see Twanny not break down and make mistakes. I want to see that I can go to those guys. Eloy, go get a block, go get a rebound, come up with something. That's your opportunity to show us what you should be doing. So
I like the attitude. You want perfection all the way to the end because you may have to have a Vargas or a Beckham late in a key game if foul trouble pops up. So you want them. Don't slack up. You keep playing hard.
What needs fixing for Louisville is the understanding that Russ Smith is going to take a bunch of shots.
I don't know if that's possible. I really mean that. All I want Russ to do is play defense hard. Everything else, you just got to let him go. You got to let him go because if he starts evaluating what's a good shot, what's a bad shot, and he starts thinking like that, you're taking away his skill level.
Appreciate a rose for what it is. Don't try to make it a tulip.
Hey, coming up on our post-game show this weekend, we're going to talk about Kentucky taking on Alabama, another chance for the Cats to prove if they really are as good as we think, and a game day, an 0-6 Pitt team against a 2-4 Louisville team.
Ooh, what a big game day.
It will be one to remember on the Red and Blue Review.
The Red and Blue Review has been brought to you by PNC Bank, Kentucky Corner, Allstate Ford Truck Sales, and the Muhammad Ali Center.
I am not going in there. I'm not going in there either, and you can't make me. You can't make me.
Daryl can't make Howie take the polar plunge, but you can. Hi, I'm Gary Gupton, the president of Special Olympics Kentucky. Card fans, wouldn't you love to see Daryl in his Kentucky blue bobbing up and down in this freezing cold water? Then go to SOKY.org, click the red and blue plunge button, make a tax-deductible gift to Special Olympics Kentucky, and then enjoy watching Daryl getting his at the polar plunge.